Right now on News Channel 12 at 10, learn how to protect your family in the event a tornado strikes again. Plus, the Secretary of Defense met with key American allies. Also, authorities in Tacoma, Washington investigate the death of one of their own. And SARS numbers are on the rise in Canada. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Cindy Carter. Brandon residents spent the weekend cleaning up from last week's storms. Some quick thinking prevented anyone from getting seriously injured. We'll tell you how you can protect your family when bad weather breaks out in just a moment. But first, we turn our attention to new developments in Iraq. It is tonight's big story.
Top U.S. officials are making their way to the Persian Gulf. Defense Secretary Donald Rumsfeld joined General Tommy Franks in the United Arab Emirates, the first stop on a tour of the region. They're set to visit key American allies and U.S. troops.
In the days and months ahead, there will likely be a rearrangement of the footprint in the region.
While they make the rounds, another key Iraqi figure is in custody. General Hussam Mohammed Amin, the 6 of clubs in the Pentagon's set of death cards, has been captured. Amin is believed to have signed off on the massive Iraqi document declaring to the UN that the country was free of illegal arms. And in Baghdad, a Canadian journalist and his Iraqi translator claim to have uncovered records linking Saddam Hussein to Osama bin Laden. They say key pages show a bin Laden envoy from Sudan discussing a potential visit to Iraq by the terrorist leader.
The purpose of this exchange was to explore the possibility of a continuing relationship.
While these documents certainly are interesting, it will be some time before the contents can be verified. South of the capital, nearly 200 Iraqi prisoners have been set free by the U.S. military. Their release is part of a plan to free thousands of captured soldiers sent to fight for Saddam. More than 5,000 men remain in the camp. All of them will be fingerprinted, interviewed, and ordered to give DNA samples prior to their release. The search for illegal weapons continues, and today U.S. troops found about a dozen barrels of suspicious materials, possibly nerve and blister agents. But teams are conducting more tests before saying anything is for certain. Terry Okita, CBS News, Baghdad.
More news in a moment, but first, here's meteorologist Christina Meeks from our Storm Team 12 Weather Lab. Christina.
It was a very nice day today. We saw lots of sunshine and nice warm temperatures, and it'll be pretty much the same in the morning. 51 degrees is what we'll see by early in the morning. Actually, 80 degrees by about noon. Not bad at all. 81 degrees will be your temperature by about 6. And after tomorrow afternoon, we'll actually see a few clouds on the increase, and I'll have details about your extended forecast in just a few more minutes. Cindy?
Well, last week's tornado tore through Brandon, but luckily didn't take any lives. But emergency workers say it may not have turned out that way had several storm victims not been thinking fast. News Channel 12's Rodney Dunnigan has the story. It's a Safe Families report.
Thursday night's tornado that ripped through Brandon caused extensive damage and left many families homeless. Luckily, no one was killed or seriously injured in the storm, but emergency workers say it may not have turned out so well had some people not acted fast.
One lady that was in her bed, she got out of her bed, went into the interior of the house, and unfortunately that part of her house where she had been sleeping was destroyed. And that movement out of her bedroom into the interior hallway actually saved her life.
Joel Clough with the American Red Cross says he's heard several similar stories of storm victims saved because they had a plan in place. Emergency workers say the first thing you should do is get away from all windows. Try to find an interior hallway in your home, getting as low as possible, covering your neck and head. If you have time, try to reach a bathroom. Pretty much doing the same thing, getting as low as possible, covering your neck and head. Those few minutes before the storm could mean the difference between life and death.
A disaster plan is something that people need to have ready and know exactly what they're going to do, their family's going to do once a watch or a warning has been issued for that area.
Tips that, if followed, can help to avoid the loss of life. Rodney Dunnigan, WJTV, News Channel 12.
And here's a few more tips to remember from the Red Cross in dealing with the aftermath of a tornado. Watch out for fallen power lines and stay out of the damaged area. If you have a handheld radio, listen to it for information and instructions on safe locations. And always have a flashlight handy to guide you through the dark. Anyone affected by this week's tornado can contact the Red Cross for help at 1-866-GET-INFO. Well, it's back to class for Brandon students. School officials say classes will be held tomorrow for all schools. The route for Brandon Elementary will be complete and all traffic will resume as usual. Classes were canceled last week after the F3 tornado ripped through parts of Brandon. About 40 MSU students are homeless tonight after a fire ripped through their apartment building, covering the state. The fire happened last night at the University Commons, which is outside of Mississippi State's campus. Fire officials say a student reported an explosion in a third-floor apartment. One student was injured trying to escape the burning building, and another student suffered an asthma attack due to heavy smoke inhalation. School officials say all of the students have been contacted and located. The American Red Cross is on hand to assist the students with temporary housing. The U.S. Department of Justice has ordered Madison County officials to build handicapped accessible jail cells. The jail is currently not in compliance with the Americans with Disabilities Act. The order got a cool reception from some county officials, including Sheriff Toby Trowbridge. The sheriff says he's never arrested someone in a wheelchair. Madison County already has jail cells that meet federal requirements for the handicapped, such as having grab bars and ramps. The problem is they are away from the other cells. Well, new information now in the fatal shooting involving Tacoma, Washington Police Chief David Brame. It's been a very emotional 24 hours since Brame shot his wife, then himself. Tonight, police and city leaders continue to search for answers, but as Stacy Sakamoto reports, the new details in the case are troubling. She's covering America. And we're sorry about that. We'll try to get that story later if possible. In other news, a teenage boy and his uncle were rescued from Missouri's Big River after their boat sank. Police say the accident happened after the man and his 13-year-old nephew were boating up the rain-swollen river, but the boat got caught in the current. They were pinned against some rocks and the boat sank. The two were not seriously injured. Coming up, find out what Canadian officials are doing to reduce the number of SARS cases. Plus, there was lots of clowning around at Freedom Ridge Park in Ridgeland today. We'll join their fun. But first, let's check back in with Christina in the Storm Team 12 Weather Lab. Christina.
Anyone participating in any outdoor activities today was enjoying a good time. When we return, we'll see if the sunshine is here to stay or if it will go away. Details coming up.
Win a 2003 GMC Sierra and a fully loaded Alumacraft Crappie Pro Boat. It's the Truck and Boat giveaway April 1st through May 18th at Rainbow Hotel Casino.
Get the best values in America from Dodge. Take our best products like Ram Heavy Duty, Motor Trend's 2003 Truck of the Year, the Hemi-powered Ram 1500, and the just right size Dakota. Plus our best warranty, Dodge's fully transferable 770 powertrain limited warranty. Plus our best deals, up to a $3,000 cash allowance or 0% APR financing for 60 months. Add it all up, it equals the best values in America. See your Dodge dealer or visit Dodge.com.
We're a family of 8 kids and 12 grandkids.
Every year we have the Flock Family Football game.
We've been doing this for 18 years now.
Flock Flag Football.
We take lots of pictures, and that's where Walmart comes in. Some of it's film, some of it's digital, but we get great prints either way. It's a good excuse to get together and knock each other silly. It's always fun to look back and see who broke what.
Whether you prefer digital or a film camera, you can get high-quality prints at a Walmart price.
Now, meteorologist Christina Meeks with our exclusive Doppler Net and Futurecast from inside the Storm Team 12 Weather Lab.
Well, Christina, given the 2 days, I much prefer today over yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday was cloudy and kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, today we had lots of sunshine. High pressure was the reason. That's our big weather story.
I knew it.
That's right, high pressure in control. And it's keeping our skies clear and keeping the rain out of sight. So our Doppler net site from Brandon not showing any precipitation. That green is not precipitation. We're actually looking at a pretty nice forecast because skies are clear across the Magnolia State, not just here but for most of the south. And currently temperatures very nice, 61 degrees with a dew point of 59, humidity about 93%. Winds are calm at this moment, but that'll change throughout the night. They'll shift. It'll be just a little bit breezy, not too much though. 64 here in Jackson, 65 in Vicksburg, 63 in Natchez, and 65 in Macomb. Storm Team 12 Doppler net is our network of 75 radar sites. And still, there's really just not much to show you here because the high pressure is keeping conditions clear in most of the south. Storm Team 12 Futurecast is our technology that helps you plan ahead. And here's that high pressure system we have to thank for the beautiful weather that we saw today. But as it scoots off to the east, we'll actually start to see return flow here. We'll get our winds from the east and eventually from the southeast. But either way you go, we will start to increase the cloud cover by tomorrow afternoon. We'll see just a couple of clouds in the mix by noon, not bad at all. Becoming partly cloudy towards the extreme southeastern portion of the state just before the sun sets tomorrow evening. But a very nice day and really not much of a chance for rain at all. Tuesday morning we'll have a few clouds. We'll still call it partly cloudy, a slight possibility, and I mean only about a 10% chance for a shower Tuesday afternoon, and that's for the whole state. Otherwise, just expect those partly cloudy skies for your Tuesday. Our next chance of rain really doesn't come in until Wednesday night and then into Thursday. So your forecast for tonight, mostly clear skies with a low of 55 degrees. A very nice night and a very pleasant start to your early morning as well. Then tomorrow afternoon, partly cloudy skies with a high temperature of about 83 degrees, so slightly warmer than today. Winds will continue to be light and variable. And taking a look at your Storm Team 12 7-day forecast, you'll notice that across the board, we're keeping the temperatures in the lower 80s. Partly cloudy skies will remain in place as well. And like I said, on Wednesday, it's Wednesday evening and Thursday is when we look for the best chance for some showers. And even at that, it's just a springtime afternoon showers that we typically see at the beginning of May. That'll continue into Friday, and then next weekend, Saturday and Sunday, looks spectacular as of now. So looks like typical spring-like weather. Cindy?
All right, thanks, Christina. Well, Mississippi continues to lag behind every other state in college entrance exam scores, and the gap between black and white student performance is widening. The Southern Regional Education Board report compared scores on the ACT and SAT exams among high school seniors in 16 southeastern states from 1992 to 2002. Mississippi's average score of 18.6 was the lowest in the nation in 2002, and Mississippi saw a 0.2 drop in its average ACT score over the decade. Pilgrims gathered in Canada over the weekend for a religious retreat, but not without following some strict guidelines. We'll tell you why coming up. But first, family fun and entertainment rocked Freedom Ridge Park over the weekend.
She was working at another place that she wasn't really happy with. And I was telling her that it's time for her to come and work with my company.
It took a lot for her to convince me, but she was right.
Competitive pay, great benefits. They give you the opportunity to advance. Being a college graduate with 2 degrees, she could go anywhere. And I told her Walmart was the place to go.
I love my job. I'm an assistant manager, and I've been with Walmart for 4 years.
I'm a department manager at Walmart, and I've worked there for 7 years.
Now get 0% APR for 60 months for qualified buyers on every new 2003 GMC. Or get $3,000 cash back. See your Mid-Mississippi GMC dealers today.
This is the Eye Control Interactive Program Guide.
Everyone's not cut out to be in eye control, but I'm working on it. I enjoy it. I came into this program as just a regular remote, and I'm learning how to become an eye control, and it's a great thing. I mean, we got a great coach, and he teaches us how to get along with the family, and I was scared at first, and we even lost a guy under the couch for a while, but I know that that's not going to be me. I'm just happy to be...
What are we waiting for, Christmas? Come on!
Sorry, I got to go.
Across Mississippi, kids are up to all kinds of everyday kid things, thanks to Batson Hospital for Children here in Jackson. To support our state's only hospital for seriously ill children, buy or win a Miracle Home entry from any area singular location or by calling the hotline. You could win a 2,300 square foot home in the new Timbercrest development of the reservoir and give more children the miracle of everyday life. I know about miracles. I am one.
Henry Ford once said, "You can't build a reputation on what you're going to do." 100 years later, it's never been more true. Like the hard-earned reputation of tough Ford trucks. For the first time ever, Ford F-150 is yours with 0% financing for 5 full years, or get $3,000 cash back. That's 0% for 5 years, or $3,000 cash back. 2 great deals, 1 tough reputation. See your local Ford dealer today.
This portion of News Channel 12 is sponsored by Chevy Cars. The cars you can depend on. We'll be there.
Storm Team 12's weather warning. Weather warnings wherever you go. Log on and sign up.
News Channel 12 Safe Families is sponsored by Methodist Rehabilitation Center. You're watching News Channel 12 at 10 with Cindy Carter, meteorologist Christina Meeks, and Ricky Thine, sports. News Channel 12 is your safe family station.
And now we do have that story we were telling you about in Tacoma, Washington. Authorities are investigating the domestic altercation involving Tacoma, Washington Police Chief David Brame. Stacy Sakamoto reports.
Investigators now believe it was not a scheduled meeting that brought together Tacoma Police Chief David Brame and his estranged wife Crystal yesterday. The two pulled into a shopping center parking lot in separate cars. The chief in a burgundy car, Crystal Brame in the black car. Investigators believe the chief took the couple's 2 children from her car and put them into his. Then police say he got into his wife's car and shot her before turning the gun on himself. In Tacoma, where David Brame served as police chief for 15 months, residents are trying to understand what happened.
He's supposed to be the peacekeeper. You know what I'm saying? For him to go do some crazy stuff like that, that's madness.
Tacoma city leaders share their disbelief. City manager Ray Corpuz released a statement saying he's talked to a number of Chief Brame's colleagues who say there was no indication the chief's personal situation would end like this. Most of all, we just want to understand